simply by improving one problem workflow, you can get back your time exponentially. So what a CRM does is it helps you get a robust picture of everything and hopefully all in one spot. Components of a CRM that would assist your business in whatever it needs to do. Because how are you going to know how many sales you've had if you're not tracking them? One thing I say about computers is they will just follow your instructions. If you give a computer a bad instruction, it's going to just do it. And you're not going to find out it did it wrong until later when it's a problem. Hey everybody, and welcome to Business Fundamentals. My name is Alyssa Schaefer, and on this channel, we tackle online business infrastructure and design and how to optimize your processes and workflows. Without further ado though, let's dive into the 3 secrets to implementing a successful CRM, which, like I said, I have been building and implementing CRMs for the last 5 years. And so these are tried and true secrets that have literally been battle tested by an infinite number of companies in a multitude of industries. So secret number 1 is actually something that we've already spoken a lot about, and that is having a good data infrastructure. If we go back to the doctor's office example, there is the patients and the doctor's visits and then prescriptions. Now, if you look at that, there's a hierarchy of it. If you had, say, your visits above the patients, that fundamentally would not support how your data needs to be inputted. If the first thing you're inputting is the doctor's appointment and then you're putting in the patient information, what that would translate to is, instead of having one patient file and a few different doctor's visits, is each time the person visited, you'd have to re-input the patient information, not the solid strategy. The patient is the highest, and then you'd have your doctor's visit. Now that, what that boils down to is the correct data infrastructure. Now, one of the ways that you can apply this to your business is by asking the question, is the data relationship one-to-one, one-to-many, or many-to-many? Now, many-to-many is a very different conversation. We're just going to put a pin in that. And if you do have a many-to-many conversation, you and I are just going to have a longer conversation. But if we look at the patient to visits relationship, it is a one-to-many because it's one patient and there could potentially be many doctor's visits. So that in and of itself indicates that the patient needs to be the highest in the hierarchy, and then you'd have your doctor's visits. So the question you ask yourself is are these 2 data points one-to-one? Are they one-to-many? Or is it many-to-many? Again, many-to-many is a very different conversation. We have to have a longer one. Email me below. So the point being though, having a good data infrastructure to back up your business will be your make or break in the long run, because the number of times I had to go back and fix dirty data, I can tell you 100% the amount of time it takes to fix it after the fact is infinitely longer than if you just implement it correctly the first time. Now, does that take a little bit of thought process, a little bit of foresight, a little bit of best guessing? Yes. And if your business foundationally changes, does it need to be changed? Yes. Is that possible? Yes, I've done that many times. But I can tell you, if you come to me 5 years after the fact and we start trying to figure out how the data got messed up in the first place, not only is it exceedingly painful for everybody involved, it is normally not successful. And so if you can take a step back and think about your data and how the data relates to it, how it all relates to each other, and also more importantly, relating to secret number 2, what data you need to collect in what area, because in the doctor's visit area, we want to know what tests were done, what room they were in, what time was the appointment. We don't want in the patient file what time the appointment was. That is fundamentally a doctor's visit piece of data, not the patient data. Now, they're related to each other through the data infrastructure, but ultimately, like, the patient phone number should live in the patient file, not in the doctor's visit file. You could access them from each other, but they should live in their respective homes. So that brings us to secret number 2.
Face.